Well, contestants at the world's strongest women championship outraged after a biological male initially won first place. The organization behind that event taking back the win, saying this, quote, "Had we been aware or had this been declared at any point before or during the competition, this athlete would not have been permitted to compete in the women's open category." Weightlifter Hailey was one of those competitors, and she joins us now. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Something that stuck out to me about your description of this event was what happened before it, actually, in the locker room involving sportsmanship. Can you describe that, Hailey?
So it wasn't a locker room. It was the tunnel going out to the arena floor. I had just tried to compliment him on his performance and be supportive, and he kind of just blew me off. And from there on, it was just like an unwelcoming feeling. So I chose to not interact with him any further. Just go out there, compete, and have a good time with everyone else.
And so after, when you learned that that individual had, lied about their gender to compete, what were your feelings in light, especially of that incident?
It was a little upsetting because, as a first place person, you gain a lot of publicity, notoriety, and people that look up to you, and he didn't show that at all. That's not what Strongman's about. It's very supportive and inclusive. Being the way he was, I didn't think he withheld those values.
Yeah, and you were sharing that this was only your third competition. You've been doing strong lifting just for 1 year. And so you've experienced competing against males and against other trans athletes. But what made this particular one different for you?
It's more or less that he was deceitful and wasn't transparent himself with what he was. He's at an advantage, and so there's things to be put in place where it makes it equal and fair, and being that he withheld that, it was an unfair advantage for him.
And may I ask, Hailey, among the community of women, what is the general sentiment? Have you heard voices that are supportive of this, or writ large is everyone in favor of protecting biological women in sport?
At large, it's protecting biological women. We fought very hard to be able to have our own category, and we're still fighting to keep that and progress. So for him to come in and essentially take that over, it kind of knocks us down, and it opens up a conversation of, well, we can have another class for the trans community, or we can create a calculation for scoring to make it fair, things like that.
Right, without damaging your opportunities and futures and championships. Hailey, thank you so much for sharing your perspective with us, and best of luck on your continued career as a strong lifter.
Thank you.